It was a Tuesday. I remember because the air in the boardroom felt heavy, thick, with impending decisions. We were on the verge of launching a global campaign. Millions were on the line. The presentations were slick. The data seemed irrefutable. Confidence filled the room, almost palpable. Then, a hand went up. It was Sarah, a junior analyst barely 6 months in. Her voice was quiet, almost a whisper. She asked a question, a simple question really. One that cut through the noise, the assumptions, the self-assuredness. It was a question nobody in that room, with all their collective experience, had thought to ask. Her question wasn't about the numbers directly. It was about the people the numbers represented. Have we considered how this messaging might be perceived in a culture that values collectivism over individualism, she asked. Silence. You could hear a pin drop. The campaign was heavily skewed towards Western individualistic ideals. Her insight, born from her lived experience and her courage to speak up, was profound. It was a moment where a single voice, a voice that could have easily been dismissed or overlooked, shifted the entire trajectory of a multi-million-dollar initiative. We paused, we reevaluated, we changed course. That single question saved the company not just millions in a potentially disastrous launch, but also its reputation. It prevented an oversight that would have alienated a massive segment of our target market. It was a stark reminder, a powerful lesson. Inclusion isn't just a buzzword. It's not just about having diverse faces in the room. It's about creating an environment where every single one of those faces, regardless of rank or tenure, feels empowered to speak their truth. It's about listening, truly listening to the whispers. Because sometimes the quietest voice carries the most resonant wisdom, the insight that can make all the difference. This experience became a cornerstone for understanding. It highlighted a critical gap in many leadership approaches. We often champion diversity, but do we truly cultivate inclusivity? Do we build systems where a junior analyst feels not just permitted, but encouraged to challenge the status quo? Sarah's courage was remarkable, but it shouldn't have to be an act of extraordinary bravery for someone to contribute a vital perspective. Her story is a testament to the untapped power that lies within our organizations, waiting for the invitation to be heard, to be valued, and to contribute to collective success in ways we might never anticipate. So, what is this true inclusion we speak of? It's so much more than simply ticking boxes on a diversity checklist. It's not just about having people from different backgrounds present in the room. That's just the starting point. That's presence. Inclusion is about what happens after everyone is in the room. It's about ensuring that every individual with their unique experiences, perspectives, and talents feels genuinely respected. It's about creating a culture where people know their intrinsic worth is recognized, not in spite of their differences, but because of them. This is where the real work begins, the hard work. True inclusion means actively dismantling barriers. It means looking at our systems, our processes, our unspoken norms, and asking, who is being left out? Whose voice is not being heard? It demands that we cultivate an environment where access is equitable for all. Access to opportunities, to information, to development, and, crucially, access to influence decision-making processes. It's about ensuring that power isn't hoarded at the top, but shared and distributed, allowing insights to flow freely from every corner of the organization. This requires courage from leaders to be vulnerable and to question their own biases. And then there's voice. This is paramount. Inclusion means every single person feels empowered to speak up, to share their ideas, to challenge assumptions, and to voice concerns without fear of retribution or dismissal. It's about creating psychological safety. This isn't about everyone agreeing all the time. Far from it. It's about fostering a space where dissent is seen as a gift, a potential pathway to better solutions. It's understanding that diverse perspectives, even when they create friction, are the very sparks that ignite innovation and prevent costly groupthink. Every voice has value. Ultimately, inclusion is woven into the very fabric of how decisions are made. It's an active, ongoing process of integrating respect, access, and voice into the core operations of a team or organization. It's about moving from performative gestures to authentic engagement. It's the soul of a thriving workplace where people don't just show up, but bring their whole selves, their best selves, to the table. This deep sense of belonging unlocks discretionary effort, fuels creativity, and builds a resilient, forward-thinking organization that is truly greater than the sum of its parts. It's a journey, not a destination, but one worth every step. Recognizing the profound need for this deeper form of inclusion, we developed the Voices That Matter TM training series. This isn't just another set of workshops. It's a transformative journey designed to equip leaders and teams with the practical tools and mindsets necessary to build genuinely inclusive cultures. We believe that everyone has a role to play in fostering belonging. This series is crafted to move beyond theory and into tangible action, empowering participants to become catalysts for change within their own spheres of influence. It's about building skills, awareness, and courage. The core philosophy of Voices That Matter TM is that sustainable success is built on the foundation of every voice being heard, valued, and integrated. When people feel seen and respected, they are more engaged, more innovative, and more committed. Our training series is meticulously structured to guide organizations through the essential pillars of creating such an environment. We delve into the nuances of power dynamics, unconscious bias, and systemic barriers, providing clear pathways to address them constructively. It's about making the uncomfortable comfortable so growth can happen. The series is comprised of several key modules, each targeting a critical aspect of inclusive leadership and organizational culture. We understand that building an inclusive environment is a multifaceted endeavor. Therefore, our approach is holistic, addressing individual behaviors, team dynamics, technological influences, and systemic policies. Each module is interactive, experiential, and designed for immediate application in the workplace. We aim for light bulb moments, for shifts in perspective that translate into real-world behavioral change. This is not passive learning, it is active becoming. Our goal with Voices That Matter TM is simple yet profound to help organizations unlock the full potential of their people. We want to move companies from simply talking about diversity and inclusion to living it, breathing it, and reaping its abundant rewards. This series is more than training. It's an investment in your most valuable asset, your people. It's an invitation to build a workplace where everyone thrives, and in doing so, the entire organization flourishes. It's about creating systems where brilliance can emerge from anywhere at any time. Let's take a closer look at the foundational module of our series, Elevating Marginalized Voices. This isn't just about listening. It's about actively seeking out, amplifying, and integrating perspectives that have historically been quieted or overlooked. The objective here is to move beyond passive awareness of marginalization to active allyship and advocacy. We explore the subtle and overt ways that certain voices can be diminished in meetings, projects, and strategic discussions. It's about understanding the power dynamics at play, often unseen but deeply felt. This module equips participants with concrete strategies to ensure that team members from underrepresented groups feel safe, valued, and empowered to contribute fully. We delve into techniques for facilitating inclusive meetings, where everyone has a genuine opportunity to speak and be heard. This includes examining communication styles, challenging interruptions, and creating space for different forms of expression. It's about recognizing that brilliance doesn't always come in the loudest package. Sometimes, the most insightful contributions need to be gently invited forth and carefully considered. A core component of elevating marginalized voices is understanding unconscious bias and its impact on whose ideas gain traction. We provide tools for self-reflection and for recognizing these biases in ourselves and in our organizational structures. The module emphasizes the importance of sponsorship, actively using one's own influence to advocate for and advance the careers of those from marginalized groups. It's about moving from mentorship, which is advice, to sponsorship, which is action. This creates tangible pathways for growth and ensures diverse talent is not just present, but progressing. The ultimate aim of this module is to cultivate a culture where seeking out and valuing diverse perspectives becomes second nature. It's about teaching leaders and team members how to become conscious curators of inclusive conversations. When marginalized voices are truly elevated, organizations gain access to a richer tapestry of ideas, experiences, and solutions. This module helps to build the muscle of inclusive listening and responsive action, laying the groundwork for a more equitable and innovative workplace where everyone feels they truly belong and their contributions are essential. Section 5, Building Bridges, Aligning Technology, Policy, and True Belonging. Beyond individual interactions, true inclusion requires a systemic approach. That's where modules 2 and 3 of our Voices That Matter, TM, training series come into play. Module 2, Aligning Tech and Policy for Inclusive Outcomes, addresses the often overlooked structural elements that can either foster or hinder belonging. We examine how organizational policies, from recruitment and promotion to flexible work arrangements, can be redesigned with an inclusive lens. It's about scrutinizing the rules, written and unwritten, to ensure they support rather than sideline diverse talent. This demands a critical eye and a willingness to revamp outdated practices. This module also dives deep into the role of technology. In our increasingly digital world, tech platforms and AI tools can inadvertently perpetuate biases if not carefully audited and designed. We guide organizations in conducting tech audits to identify potential algorithmic biases in hiring software, performance management systems, or communication platforms. The goal is to ensure that technology serves as the enabler of inclusion, not a barrier. This means asking tough questions about who designs the tech, what data it's trained on, and how its impact is measured across different demographic groups. Module 3, Creating Systems of Belonging, ties everything together by focusing on the overarching culture. It's about institutionalizing inclusive practices so they become embedded in the organization's DNA. This module explores how to establish and empower employee resource groups, create robust mentorship and sponsorship programs that reach across diverse groups, and implement transparent communication strategies. We focus on building feedback loops that genuinely capture employee experiences and use that data to drive continuous improvement. It's about making belonging a strategic imperative, not an afterthought. Together, these modules help organizations build a comprehensive framework for sustainable inclusion. It's not enough to change hearts and minds. We must also change systems and structures. By aligning policies to support diversity, ensuring technology is equitable, and actively cultivating an environment where everyone feels they are a vital part of the community, organizations can create a powerful ecosystem of belonging. This systemic approach ensures that inclusive efforts are not just isolated initiatives, but are woven into the very fabric of how the organization operates, leading to lasting and meaningful change. Section 6. The Ripple Effect. Stories of Transformation and Triumph. The impact of embracing inclusive leadership and implementing strategies like those in our Voices That Matter team training series is not just theoretical, it's tangible and transformative. We've seen it firsthand with our clients. Consider a mid-sized tech company struggling with high turnover among female engineers. After engaging with our Elevating Marginalized Voices and aligning tech and policy modules, they revamped their project assignment process and instituted clear, unbiased criteria for promotion. Within a year, retention rates for female engineers improved by 30%, and their engagement scores soared significantly. Another powerful example comes from a large financial institution. They were facing challenges in fostering innovation within their product development teams. Groupthink had become prevalent. Through our Creating Systems of Belonging module, they learned to actively solicit and integrate diverse feedback at every stage of development. They established cross-functional challenge teams, specifically designed to bring fresh, sometimes dissenting, perspectives. The result? A 20% increase in the number of new product features launched successfully in the following year, directly attributed by leadership to more inclusive ideation processes. We also worked with a healthcare organization where communication silos between departments were leading to inefficiencies and impacting patient care. By focusing on creating psychological safety and inclusive communication practices taught across all our modules, they broke down these barriers. Staff at all levels felt more empowered to speak up about process improvements and potential risks. This led to a measurable reduction in procedural errors and a significant improvement in staff morale, as people felt their expertise was finally being heard and valued across departmental lines. They built bridges, not walls. These stories, and many others like them, underscore a fundamental truth. When organizations commit to genuinely elevating every voice, the positive outcomes ripple outwards. It's not just about feeling good, it's about doing better business. Increase innovation, reduce churn, improve problem solving, and enhance employee engagement are not just happy coincidences. They are the direct results of creating environments where people feel safe, seen, respected, and empowered to contribute their very best. These successes are a testament to the power of inclusive leadership in action. Section 7. The bottom line of belonging. Inclusivity's tangible ROI. The case for inclusive leadership isn't just anecdotal. It's powerfully supported by a wealth of research and hard data. Companies that prioritize diversity and inclusion consistently outperform their less inclusive peers. It's not a matter of opinion. It's a matter of financial and operational reality. Studies from McKinsey, Boston Consulting Group, and others have repeatedly shown that organizations with greater diversity at all levels, particularly in leadership, achieve higher profitability and greater value creation. This is the inclusivity dividend. For instance, research indicates that companies in the top quartile for gender diversity on executive teams were 25% more likely to have above average profitability than companies in the fourth quartile. Similarly, companies with the most ethnically diverse executive teams are 36% more likely to outperform their peers on profitability. These numbers speak volumes. Inclusion isn't a cost center. It's a revenue generator. It drives innovation by bringing a wider range of perspectives to the table, leading to more creative solutions and a better understanding of diverse customer bases. Beyond profitability, consider the impact on employee engagement and retention. Inclusive workplaces foster a sense of belonging, which is a key driver of employee loyalty. When employees feel valued and respected, they are more engaged, more productive, and less likely to leave. The cost of employee turnover is substantial. Estimates range from tens of thousands of dollars to twice an employee's annual salary. Investing in inclusivity is a direct investment in retaining your top talent and avoiding these significant replacement costs. Engaged employees are also your best brand ambassadors. Furthermore, inclusive leadership helps organizations avoid costly missteps. As highlighted by the story of Sarah, the junior analyst, diverse perspectives can identify blind spots that homogeneous teams might miss. This can prevent product launch failures, marketing blunders, and reputational damage, all of which carry significant financial implications. The ability to anticipate and respond to a wider range of market needs and cultural sensitivities is a distinct competitive advantage. In essence, inclusivity is a powerful risk mitigation strategy and a catalyst for sustainable growth and robust performance. Section 8. The daily practice. Weaving inclusion into the everyday. Inclusive leadership is not a destination you arrive at. It's a path you walk every single day. It's about the small choices, the consistent actions, the conscious efforts made in daily interactions. It's not reserved for grand gestures or annual training events. True, sustainable inclusion is woven into the fabric of our everyday behaviors, meetings, decisions, and conversations. It's about making inclusivity a habit, a reflex, a natural part of how we lead and how we collaborate. This consistent daily commitment is what truly shifts cultures. Think about your meetings. Are you consciously ensuring every voice has a chance to be heard? Are you actively inviting contributions from quieter team members? Are you challenging interruptions respectfully? These are daily practices. Consider your feedback. Is it constructive, specific, and delivered in a way that empowers growth for everyone? Are you mindful of potential biases in how you evaluate performance or assign challenging projects? These are daily choices. It's about being present and intentional in these seemingly small moments that accumulate to create a larger impact. This daily practice also involves continuous learning and self-reflection. It means staying curious about the experiences of others, especially those different from our own. It means being open to feedback about our own impact, even when it's uncomfortable. It requires humility to acknowledge that we don't have all the answers and that our perspectives are inherently limited by our own experiences. This ongoing commitment to personal growth is fundamental to leading inclusively. It's about modeling the behavior you wish to see in others, day in and day out. Ultimately, embedding inclusion into the everyday is about creating a culture where these practices are the norm, not the exception. It's about building muscle memory around inclusive behaviors so they become intuitive. When leaders consistently model these actions, they ripple throughout the organization, encouraging others to do the same. This creates a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle of respect, belonging, and high performance. The strategic importance of these daily acts cannot be overstated. They are the building blocks of a truly inclusive and successful organization. Section 9. Your invitation? Step into inclusive leadership today. The journey towards truly inclusive leadership and an organization where every voice matters is one of the most critical endeavors any leader can undertake today. The evidence is clear. Inclusivity drives innovation, enhances employee engagement, reduces costly churn, and delivers a measurable return on investment. It's not just the right thing to do, it's the smart thing to do for sustainable success in an increasingly complex and diverse world. The question is no longer why we should embrace inclusivity, but how we can accelerate our progress. This is your invitation to move beyond aspiration and into action. It's a call to commit, not just in principle, but in practice, to the daily habits that foster belonging and elevate every voice. Think about the untapped potential within your teams, the brilliant ideas waiting to be heard, the costly missteps that could be avoided if only the environment encouraged every individual to speak their truth. The power to unlock this potential lies within your leadership. It begins with a conscious choice to lead differently, to listen more deeply, and to champion inclusivity with unwavering resolve. We understand that embarking on this journey can feel daunting. Knowing where to start and how to identify the specific leverage points within your unique organizational culture is key. That's why we invite you to consider a custom inclusivity audit. This collaborative process will help you gain a clear understanding of your current strengths, identify areas for growth, and develop a tailored roadmap to enhance inclusion and belonging across your organization. It's a powerful first step towards creating systemic, lasting change. Don't let another day pass where valuable insights are lost and potential remains untapped. Take the step, commit to the daily practices, explore what a dedicated inclusivity audit could reveal for your organization. Let us partner with you to build a workplace where every voice truly matters, not just for the benefit of individuals, but for the enduring success and vitality of your entire enterprise. The future is inclusive. Let's build it together, starting today. Your team, your customers, and your bottom line will thank you.